Okay. Greetings and glad tidings. I don't think this is going to be a very long teaching, but it's something that I'm going to go ahead and knock out. So, Revelation 12, right? It says, well, let's go ahead and just read the whole thing. Well, actually, I'll start right here. All right. So, Revelation 12, 4 through 9. His tail drew a third of the stars of heaven and threw them to earth. And the Nah, daddy teaching, baby. You gotta be quiet if you're gonna be out here. His tail drew a third of the stars of heaven and threw them to earth. And the dragon stood before the woman who was ready to give birth, to devour her child as soon as it was born. She bore a male child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. Her child was caught up to God and his throne. Then the woman fled into the wilderness where she has a place prepared by God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. Okay, so let me see. So basically, what we're focusing on is,
Daddy,
yes, baby.
can you get me a cat? I want a pink cabbage.
Okay, baby. Okay. All right, let daddy teach. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have your phone.
No, not right now.
Well.
You can have this one. All right, go back there with mommy. Thank you. I love you.
Love you.
Um, Basically, what we're focusing on is the his tail drew a third of the stars of heaven. So let's go. All right, let me see here. And I'm not expecting too many people to be in the live. This is really more for the rewatch. But all right. So first we see the woman Israel, right? It says I should have started here to be honest with you. And there appeared a great wonder. Get this right. In heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. What are they talking about here? Everybody tell you this got to do with the 12 tribes and Jacob, aka Jacob, and this and that. No, it does not. Okay? This is the ancient sun cycle that is in the book of Revelation that these people known as the elites wrote their script on top of the ancient sun cycle. That's all they did. They added stuff, added their little plan, which is why they changed it to the book of Revelation, because it's revelation of the method. Now, there are the real cycle and prophecy is still encoded in here, though, mixed in with their script. So, what are they talking about here with a woman clothed with the sun? Well, they're talking about Virgo, okay? Leo is above Virgo, all right, which is ruled by the sun. That's the crown, okay? So, what, and they said the moon will be under her feet. Under her feet is uh, Christ, the God or whatever you want to say, is coming for the harvest of the wheat and the chaff Well, Virgo is the harvest. As you can see, she got the wheat and the spica in her hand. She got the wheat and the chaff in her hand. One hand she got the wheat, the other hand she got the spica, which basically can be, uh, you can say wheat and chaff. So on her head was a crown, right, that had 12 stars. Well, Leo has 12 stars, the constellation. So above her head is the 12 stars, right? That's crown. Leo is ruled by the sun. So there is the sun with the 12 stars entering Virgo. Okay, the harvest, when God returns the harvest, for his harvest. Under her feet will be the moon. What are they talking about? They're meaning the moon, as the sun enters Virgo, the moon will be in Libra when this event takes place. Well, the moon will only be in Libra for about 2 and 1/3 days, approximately, you could say 3 days. So there will be a 3 day period in Virgo. All right. This is what they call the 3 days of darkness. All right. So we know that according to the ancient sun cycle, it will be in the the season of Virgo, the harvest. All right. And this doesn't matter if you do ancient North American constellations and go by, or Chinese zodiac, whatever. It's all the prophecies across the world is all about the sun cycle. Okay. So do you see what they're talking about? So the moon is going to be in Libra. That's called the moon transit. So it's only about a 3 day period that will happen. So we know that is when this event is going to happen, not the entire apocalypse events, plasma event, but this is the beginning of it. So, and actually, even before that, there's a sign that will happen the year prior at the winter solstice, when the sun doesn't arise on the 25th of December 1 degree. It actually will keep going towards the magnetic North Pole. That's the first sign at the winter solstice, the year prior. All right. So then we will get to this point. There appeared a great wonder in heaven. They're letting you know in heaven is in the sky. So the wonder is going to be in the sky. They're clearly letting you know. This is not something happening on earth. This is all in the sky. I mean, how can you not clearly see it? And I could break it down if I wanted to extend this video even further with the Greek etymology and break it down even further. Now, and she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth and pained to be delivered. And then it says, the red dragon, they call Satan in religion, and there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads, seven heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to earth. What are they talking about? They're talking about the largest constellation in the sky right here. It's called Hydra. It's this snake. The head is right here. It comes all the way down here. What is the 1/3? Well, there's only 12 constellations. So 1/3 will be 4 constellations. Well, look at the start of the head. At the head is Cancer, then Leo, then Virgo, and then Libra. That is the 1/3 of the stars that will be cast to earth. Now, I will show you what that means. Okay? It all has to do with restoration to the beginning, to what you call the Garden of Eden. Okay? So there's the 1/3 of the stars that be cast down: Cancer, Leo, Virgo, in Libra. Okay? Now the 7 heads and 10 horns. Now let's take a look. Let me see. Did I pull this up? How many stars in the Hydra constellation? Let's see. That first one was inaccurate. This is the real one. The Hydra constellation is formed by 17 main stars that form its shape in the sky. That's because there's 7 stars in the actual snake itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the 7 heads. And then the 10 horns. You see how it says it's formed by 17 main stars? It's the 7 in the snake, and then the 10 horns is the other stars in the constellations basically touching it. So that's the 7 heads and 10 horns. It has nothing to do with down here in 7 countries with these 7 rulers. No, that's all religious based from the Catholic Church. That's so you will accept them hijacking this age, and they're going to do it to the T. It's theater. Because we already saw in the beginning, what I just showed you, that they said this is all happening in the stars of heaven. This has nothing to do with down here. Nothing. They clearly tell you this is all happening up in the sky. So basically, men that were either ignorant to the fact that they had been indoctrinated and brainwashed by the Catholic Church were taught by puffed up men who were taught by puffed up men who were taught by puffed up men. And then here we are today having to decipher all this and give you the truth. This is the truth. This is all happening above. It tells you the stars of heaven. Before that, it clearly said in heaven. The heaven means just up, the waters above. That's all that means. Above. Okay? So that's the 7 crowns and the 7 heads and the 10 crowns. It's the constellation Hydra. That the 1/3 of the stars, well, what's the 1/3? What are they talking about when they're talking about the 1/3 of the stars will be cast down? Now, this is from an older teaching I did about how the whole thing is in our alphabet, the original alphabet, the 22-letter alphabet. Okay? All the vowels are the A, we had 3 E's. So the A, 3 E's, I, O, U, that's the planets, the sun, and the moon. Okay? Now, why is it that the 1/3 is Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and Libra? Well, if you look up here, the A, before it was hijacked by the Hebrews or Jews or whatever you want to call them, was the scarab. It was not the aleph or the bull. You see how the A has, if you turn it upside down, it's got the 2 horns. Originally, that was the scarab, which later turned to the crab. You can clearly see the A is a crab or the scarab pushing the little ball, and the word crab is in scarab. That's Cancer. Cancer is governed by the moon. Okay, so and down here you have Saturn. That's the U. Okay, that's the Saturn moon matrix. That's where people get that from. All right, and here's all your ages: the age of Aries, All right, with Mars, age of Pisces, with Jupiter, the age of Aquarius, with Saturn. This is where we're at. It's the U turn. The A through U, AU is gold. This is alchemy. This is the journey of the soul, the tour of the soul to purge the soul. All right. When you get fine gold, you have to purge it of impurities. Well, this is that. This is the secret of all alchemy, all of it. It's the sun cycle, and it's been right in our alphabet the whole time. This is all of it. Okay? I mean, even the words are all linked to the letters that are in the age. I've broken this down before in the teaching. If you never, now I'm gonna clean it up a little bit though, because I went back and watched a little bit, and now that I'm a little sharper since this been has been revealed to me, I'm gonna clean this teaching up and redo it because it's a little bit confusing. I mean, it's a hard task for me to teach this to you guys, and as clearly as it's been revealed to myself. Because it's not through words it was revealed to me; it's revealed to me in spirit. So I have to present it in words, and that's my task. So, but the reason it's Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and Libra is because this is the original world. This is the gate right here that Libra represents judgment. So when we come through here, this was the original world. This is the Gemini is only where they inserted duality. They being these people that have hijacked this the original creation. And the Gemini is Cain and Abel, Abba El, the C and the B. And the D is the dome when they made the firmament and separated this part from this part. Okay. And then the Egyptians, right here in the age of Taurus, um, they did something with the pyramids and created a whole opposite timeline, a reflection timeline, basically. That's what you will call Nibiru. It's literally a reflection timeline, an inverse reality. Okay, that's I'm not gonna get into that on this teaching, but that's what they call Nibiru on this side. But the basically the Egyptians in the age of Taurus uh, ripped a hole in the space time continuum, messing around. The Mayans did the same thing, but the Mayans didn't do it on a level that the Egyptians did. The Mayans just disappeared, made themselves disappear. Nobody knows where they're at. The Egyptians literally made a whole nother timeline with the pyramids. And now we got the CERN machine. They're doing it's the exact same thing over and over. But the reason it's the 1/3 of the stars being cast to the earth is because that's when the Garden of Eden or harmony will return to the earth, because this is the original setup. It's Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra. Now that doesn't mean anything if about your sign or whatever, because whatever sign you have in this life does not mean that's like you don't have to associate yourself with that. That's not what it's about. Okay, it's a template. So you don't have to like think, well, I'm not a Virgo or Cancer or Leo or Libra, so I get what does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. Okay, it just means where you're at on your journey, what you had to experience in this particular moment. Now, so this is the 1/3 that's going to get cast down. Okay, and basically the matrix will be no more. This is the real thing from the moon to the sun. Okay, that's it. It's the moon, sun, and Mercury and Venus. Why is Mercury and Venus? Because Mercury and Venus are the only what we call planets that are between us and the sun. That's the only energy that exists between us and the sun. Everything else is outside of us, you see. So between that's see, Venus is the morning star. People call it Lucifer, but didn't Christ say he was the true morning star? See? And Lucifer is something that was made up in the 1600s as the light bearer. You all are light bearers. Now, am I telling you to get involved with the morning star right there? That has nothing to do with something evil. The original is the light bearer. That's why Christ said he was the morning star. People say, "Oh, that means he's Lucifer." No, actually, the name Jesus and the name Lucifer was both constructed in the 1600s, same exact time by the same exact people. It was a bunch of people that King James had, a whole bigger than the Council of Nicaea, to make the King James version of the Bible. And then you got the name Jesus and Lucifer introduced to create confusion when it's only one. Okay, the morning star, Venus, basically is the frequency of love. That's all that is. Okay, Mercury is the frequency of knowledge. All right, sun is life, and moon is the womb. The womb of creation. That's the mother. Who's first? The mother. The mother's first. That's why it's the A. Then what you call the father or the son. And then the tree of knowledge. And then the tree of life. That's it. That's the 1/3 of the stars that are going to get cast to the earth. It's going to be the knowledge, life. We're going to have knowledge and eternal life and the father, mother. That's the divine feminine, divine masculine, all back together. Wholeness. That's what Revelation 12 is all about. Share this video, guys. I love y'all. Like I said, it's going to be short. I may be back on later to finish up what I shared on Facebook, this rising about before Genesis. Okay? All right. Thank you for joining me.